Well, is this a change of the season or what? That warmer water starting to push down and all those yellowfin are heading back out to sea. So we'll see what we got for this week's Boss Outdoor Fishing Report. Well, the conditions this week have not been that favourable. We've seen some pretty big winds, a bit of swell around and not that many people fishing. I think the weekend coming looks pretty good, so hopefully we get out there and see whether those yellowfin are still around. The water still looks like it. They could be in close off Marimbula, Tura, Tathra sort of thing, and then out on the shelf off Eden. So there's still every chance that those fish are still here, but no one's fished for them, so we don't really know what's happened to them in the last week. Well, definitely the most exciting thing that we've seen in fishing this week is kingfish off Tathra Wharf. They're here pretty early. There's not heaps of them around, but if you've got a live bait in the water or you chuck a lure and get it past the nose of a kingy, you come up with a great fish off a wharf. Yeah, well, congratulations, Christian, for catching that kingy, and good on you, Luca, for tagging Boss Outdoor in the pictures. Don't forget, boys, come in and get your $10 vouchers. So I'm just here with Louie from Sapphire Beach Fishing Charters. What do you do, mate, when the times get tough like this? We've had a week where it's a bit rough weather and the fish aren't really doing their thing.
Yeah, or when the beach is super flat, go squid fishing.
Squid fishing.
Yeah. So just the last weekend had a pretty cracker session. It was 8 really nice squid in 45 minutes, just one after another. So this time of year they can come into the shallower bays, the more secluded bays.
Awesome.
The more protected bays. And yeah, it can be pretty red hot fishing for a good feed or dewy baits and that kind of thing.
And so tasty. How good's a feed of squid?
Bloody oath. So yeah, I'd reckon size 3.0 squid jigs, and for daytime session, classic white is my go-to colour. But you can get them off the wharves and everywhere else in the bays at night as well. And I'd go for one that has a little bit of glow. You can just charge that up in your headlight, or if you've got a UV torch, they charge up really well.
That bigger size is so important for around Marimbula off the wharves and stuff, that you can really get a bit of extra distance in your cast when you're chucking them off the wharf into the wind.
That's it, and so it generally works out, the bigger the size, the heavier the squid jig as well. So if you're going off Marimbula or Tathra Wharf, a 3.0 would be perfect because you're just going to be waiting too long for those smaller ones to get down to the bottom. So
yeah, for sure, great advice.
3 is the go-to for your general purpose if you're in a bit of a shallower situation, down to a 2.5 or so. Yeah.
Thanks very much.
No worries.
So for anyone that has found a little weather window to get out there and go and chase some flathead, they have come up trumps with a good bag of flathead. 40 metres of water off Tura Head. It's about as simple as it gets. Head out to Tura Head, get into that 40 metres of water, hit the bottom with a paternoster rig, and there's been plenty of decent sized flathead around. If you're keen to get out there and fish the early mornings for the snapper, there's still a feed to be had. We haven't seen any massive fish get caught, but still some okay numbers in that sort of 30 to 40 centimetre range of snapper, and some bit better mowongs if you head out a little bit deeper into that sort of 40 metres of water. Once that sun gets high in the sky, I reckon, give up on the snapper fishing, go and chase a few mowies. Even some flying gurnards, there's plenty of them around. They're such a beautiful fish, taste alright too.
Rightio guys, through the last week we've seen quite a few Trevors starting to move into the estuary, particularly around the bridge, Spencer Park, the jetty across the road. On those warmer afternoons we've also seen quite a few big flatties moving up onto the flats, real shallow, under a metre of water, half a metre. Get out those big glide baits, have a go. Throughout the last 3 weeks we've seen a really good run of early season bronzies. If you want to get out and hook something big off the beach, definitely worth a go.
So there's a pretty busy weekend coming up next weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend, the 1st and 2nd of November. Marimbula Big Game and Lakes Angling Club are putting on a junior workshop for tying knots and putting plastics on, sponsored by Tackle Tactics, so TT jig heads and Z-Man lures. So there'll be heaps of knowledge there for the youngsters. If you want to get them involved in that, just go and see the fishing club. Well, that's not the only thing happening that weekend. November 1st and 2nd is our big birthday bash weekend. Come in, spend 20 bucks, get yourself a ticket in whichever draw you want to win. Get your share of 20,000 bucks in prizes. So come on in, check out all the details. Don't forget, if you come into Boss Outdoor and make a purchase, you get 1 ticket in the draw each day. So between now and the birthday weekend, come in, make a purchase, get a ticket into the draw, win $1,000, drawn at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday the 1st. Well, looks like we've got some good weather, so good luck to everyone fishing the Malakuta Flatty Classic this weekend. And that's about all we got for you for this week's Boss Outdoor Fishing Report. If there's anything you need to know, whether it's fishing, camping, anything outdoor related, come into Boss Outdoor so we can hook you up.